What's going on, you guys? What's going on? What is going on? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and 9/10 doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on, y'all? We are here and some of us are queer. And we're gonna get through this show. Um, we're gonna get through this show tonight. I don't foresee it like being like too long, really. Maybe like 40 minutes tops, really. But if I get on the roll, then um if I get on the roll, then it'll be stretched to an hour. But I just want to tell you guys something. And I'm not trying to start the show off with no gloom and doom stuff. But if you notice how if you notice my mood is kind of like on a lower frequency than it normally is, number one, I'm getting sick. As you can hear the coughing and I sound a little stopped up, I'm getting sick. Number two, mentally, I'm not good. Um, I cried twice over the last couple of hours, and I cried Thursday. And I might need to do a separate video for that, but it just feels like a mental breakdown or something is on the horizon. I've kept myself secluded for the most part, but then I went out last night with Bando and stuff like that. And then, even now, it's just like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is. And then, I was talking to DJ and I was talking to Nikki earlier, and they were asking me, like, what was wrong? Like, is there a way for me to explain it? And I really can't explain it. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things it's like something that just came over me where it's just like my mood is kind of down and I'm very moody at this moment. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just got to feel better. Thank you so much, y'all. Like, I really appreciate it. And it doesn't really help that I'm getting sick. Like, that also doesn't help. That's irritating enough that my ass is getting sick. Let me see some here. Time for a mental reset. I think that's what it is too. Um, Let me see. Maybe it's how people say Mercury is in retrograde, whatever that means. I've been saying Mercury is in Gatorade for my own comic relief. Yeah. I might, if y'all don't mind it, if y'all don't mind it, for those of you all that are in my for those of you that's a member, are any of you guys in here members? I don't know. Maybe I could go live in my members only and we could talk there after this video. Y'all want to do that? Ooh, excuse me. Now, if y'all want to do that, then we could do that in members only. I'm absolutely fine with doing that. Like, I definitely talk to you guys in the members only and stuff like that. But just let me know in the comments and let me know in the chat if that's what y'all would want me to do. Make this a little bit more intimate with me and the Scotty gang. Like, everybody that's in my membership, we could talk more about it then. But however, let me see what mods are in here. We got the Jail Slayer in here. We got DB in here. I think those are the only two moderators that I see in here. So y'all already know what to do. Make sure that the chat is clean. You know, if the people get too disrespectful, time them out. Like, get them some grace at first, but if they continuously get disrespectful, time them out. You don't have to ban them, but time them out. Time them out. What else? Make sure everybody's leaving the fire emojis in the chat and all of those different things. And now that we're at the 6-minute mark, let's go ahead and get into tonight's show, y'all. Okay, so we're here to talk about Miss Shamea Morton and how this conversation about whether or not the discourse behind her is related to colorism. That has been the big to do over the last month, where people have been thinking that this is more so of a colorism issue. Now, mind you, I haven't said that it's a colorism issue. I mean, I never looked at it as a colorism issue, but what I have done was look at it as an issue that is pretty much more of a double standard than what is it? More of a double standard issue than a colorism issue. That's what I've looked at it as. But we're gonna go ahead and get into that. And then we're I'm sorry, I didn't see Two Feisty in here. So we're gonna get into that, and then after we hear her response, then we'll get straight into the conversation. So let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, okay, there we go. Let's get into it, y'all.
For me, because the fans have definitely come to your defense online a lot this season, and there has been a debate that it could be colorism. I know you may or may not have seen those comments, but because you're in that seat, do you feel like it could be colorism, or do you feel like that's a reach?
I just, like I said, I think if you treat people with kindness, it should be reciprocated. And oftentimes we don't see that. I mean, heck, I've been taking it on the chin from fans, since I joined the cast. So it's just nice to finally see that people are seeing things from my POV. Because, there's always your truth, their truth, and then the real truth. I'm just happy that people are even opening up their eyes to actually see and try to understand it. Because hell, I was like, I'm like, what is happening? Why is it happening? And why me? I'm not a victim, but it's like, well, okay, why not me? Like, I just hope that at some point we can get to a space where we're all one cohesive group and there's no division. That's my goal.
This is a big one for me because the fans have definitely come to your defense online a lot this season, and there has been a debate that it could be colorism.
Okay. Now, that was the conversation that happened on the Neighborhood Talk. I think the person that interviewed her was Yes, That's D, which is one of the people from the Neighborhood Talk. And they were asking her, what did she think about, the colorism conversation. Now, what I will say about Shamea is that she didn't say that it was colorism, but what she did do was say that she appreciated people seeing things from her POV. That's basically what she said. She didn't really, go with the narrative or the notion that that's what that was. Like, that's not what she said. And the thing is, I don't even understand why people are making it seem like she's the one that's calling it colorism when there's fans out there that's calling it colorism. Not necessarily her, but there are fans out there that's basically saying that it's colorism. By New TV, and what he thinks about it, I don't think that it's colorism. At least I don't think that it's colorism. I just think that it's just a case of I do think there are double standards when it comes to Shamea, and I've been saying that. Oh, she said it with Carlos. I didn't recall her saying it. She probably did say it, and it just slipped my mind. But I was talking about in this particular interview, she didn't say it, but she probably did say it on Carlos. But But I don't think that is colorism. I don't. And whenever I look at this particular situation with Shamea and the girls, I never thought colorism never came to play for me ever. when it came down to this. I never thought that at all. Like that was never anything that I thought. But I do still stand on the notion that this is like a case of double standards in this group. And I said that on one of my last lives that I did about Shamea, because it's definitely double standards. They do have a different set of rules for her than they do for each other. You feel what I'm saying? I do feel like that. So I'm not gonna sit out here and because there's a lot of discourse behind Shamea, and there's a lot of people that don't, a lot of people that don't agree or don't like her. And I'm not gonna be one of them people that says, well, you don't like her because you a colorist. Like, I'm not gonna be the type of person to say that, because that's just not what it is. Like, I don't think you colorist because you don't like Shamea. And the thing is, if you don't like Shamea, then you just don't like Shamea. But I do think that people do put 20 on 10 when it come down to her. You know what I mean? And even now with Angela, basically basically lying on that girl, and then we see that she lying on her, but no one's calling her out on that. Like, nobody's saying anything about that. No one's saying shit. They're just mainly letting it happen. And or the fans, however, don't really give a fuck about whether or not Angela lied or not. They just saying, well, Shamea ain't no victim. And she's not a victim, but at the same time, Angela is doing the absolute most. She is. She's doing the most, and it is what it is. I do think that people do the absolute most to Shamea. I do. I do think they do the absolute most. I do think that I've seen housewives do way worse things than her, and the vitriol that she gets is a lot. But then again, I felt the same way about Angel last season on Real Housewives of Potomac. I was like, yeah, Angel is irritating. Yeah, Angel is annoying. Yeah, not Angela, Angel, makes bad choices. She do. But she ain't that fucking bad to the point to where, everybody is like dragging the shit out of Angel, because I felt like that was even excessive. And as I said before, when I see a person, when I feel like someone is being treated a certain type of way due to double standards, I find myself rocking with that person, um, versus it with the people that everybody else is rocking with. That's just simply how it goes with me. Um, and then, even when it come down to it, if we talk about Portia, or we could talk about when we talk about Portia, or when we talk about Phaedra, and I give you guys my reasoning as to why I'm not a fan, and I bring up stuff that happened in past seasons as to being the reason why I don't care for them, then the first thing y'all do is be like, well, that's old. Why are we bringing up shit from 10 years ago? But in the same breath, y'all are now bringing up what Shamea has done years ago now. But it's okay for that to happen. But it's not okay for me to say, well, I haven't liked Portia since she lied on Candy. Or I haven't liked Phaedra since she lied on Candy. So you ask me why I don't like her, and I'm telling you why I don't, and you say that's old. I'm tired of y'all using that. But I just feel like, okay, so we could talk about what Shamea did last season. We could talk about what Shamea did 10 years ago when she brought up that Missy Elliott shit to Eva. But I can't talk about the shit that led me to not being a fan of Portia and Phaedra, being that it happened years ago. I can't bring that up. That's what I mean by double standards. Or if I'm defending Shamea, I'm defending Shamea because I hate Portia. But my defense of Shamea has nothing to do with Portia. It has more so to do with the fact that I personally feel like they doing the most when it comes to that girl. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. You know, and that's what I think. It ain't got nothing to do with Portia. Portia is not my reasoning for not really caring for the for defending Shamea. Because to be quite honest, if you've been watching me from the very beginning, you know I've always liked Shamea. So it ain't got nothing to do with that. But I ain't got to defend nobody to I ain't got to defend nobody just because I don't like another bitch. Like, that don't make sense. Let me see. But per usual, the fans and low-key the reviewers made this season unbearable. I haven't watched RHOA in 3 weeks because I am over the commentary. Well, to be honest, Too Feisty, and you have every right to feel that way, but I'm not necessarily bothered by the commentary about it. I think that it's very interesting how divided a lot of us are when it comes down to this Shamea thing. And it kind of is reminiscent of RHOP season 5 is very reminiscent to that, but it's not as toxic as that was. Is the split is reminiscent, but it's not as toxic as that was, because a lot of us were divided on the Candace and Monique fight. A lot of us were divided. A lot of us had difference of opinions on that. And to this day, there's some people that stopped watching me and never came back over my opinion over Monique. It just kind of feels, you know, like even with Feisty saying now folks are colorists, if you remind people that Shamea has been caught lying before. But see, that's one of the ways that I feel, well, some of the ways that I felt when it came down to Candace. I said that she had a reckless ass mouth, in which she do. Sometimes I do be feeling like sometimes I do feel like Candace be going overboard sometimes. And that was my opinion. But when I said that, it was, oh, you're a colorist. I'm not a colorist, girl. I'm not a colorist. Not a colorist. I'm just calling it as I see it. So it's just like how y'all are feeling like if you disagree with Shamea, you're a colorist. That's exactly how I felt with Candace and Wendy. Like, if we agree with either one of them, we colorists. We have to be on the straight and narrow with them because they're dark skinned. Excuse me. And that's not fair. And that's really not a way to be honest. Like, you can't make people walk around on eggshells because they have a difference of opinion. Like, that's stupid and that's crazy. Like, what type of sense did that make? It honestly don't make any sense if you ask me. It don't. You don't. I don't think it's colors because ain't nobody on RHOA high yellow, unlike Basketball Wives. Yeah. Like, all of these women that has done stuff to be called out, but why does the line move on who can be called out? And I think that's an issue. The line is always moving this season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. The line is literally always moving. Seriously. Like, the line is literally like always moving, and I don't like that. I really don't. I seriously don't like that. Ugh, y'all, listen. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Let me get my words. Let me get my words together. Okay. let me see what Too Feisty said. And I hate that anytime women have conflict, the first go-to is to say they are jealous. Shamea has a wealthy husband, but her life is nothing to be envious of. She be crying half the time about it. And I agree with that. I agree with that as well. I don't like the fact that anytime someone doesn't like a certain housewife, then it's jealousy. Like even with K Michelle and Drew, um, I don't like how people are trying to make it seem like K Michelle is intimidated by Drew. I don't see the reason why she would be, but at the same time, K Michelle made herself look that way by simply creating issues that wasn't there. So let me see. My thoughts is Shamea brought this on herself. She was telling these women stuff about Portia, and she thought they were going to take her side, but it backfired on her. I don't really think that it was that she was just telling them stuff. They were literally asking her shit about Portia, and she answered the question, which she probably shouldn't have answered it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel that way. Like, Feisty, stop trying to argue with me. But she did answer the question, and she shouldn't have said nothing, to be honest. Let me see. I'm ready for this season to be over. I hate that we can't just enjoy the shows anymore. There has only been one fun scene this season. The early episodes, Shamea barely talked. They say she was bringing up Portia, but she wasn't. Feisty, are you listening, or are you just wanting to fight with me? Because I literally just said she shouldn't have answered the question. Did she bring it up? No, they asked her and she answered the question. But I also said she had no business doing that. Like, did you hear that or not? I feel like sometimes people just want to fight with me because I literally said that. I don't agree with it, but I'm just telling you what happened. And I'm just not in the mood to be fighting with y'all today. I'm not. Let me see. Let me go back. Shamea barely talked. They say she was bringing up Portia, but she wasn't. They were saying she was making K Michelle do stuff, and we never seen her tell K Michelle or Kelly anything. That's also true. My problem is that if I don't like you for some reason, anything you do irritates me. It may seem perfectly fine to other people, but cringe and annoying to me. I understand that too. But so I got a question. How many of you guys in the chat are members? How many of y'all are members? I need to know that. Let me see. Like that scene, they were talking about Shamea and Portia got up and walked out the room. Shamea should have had that energy. I agree. 100%. I agree with that. Because I would have done that. As a matter of fact, let me give you an example, right? So Thursday night we were filming, and one of the newbies had said something about one of the OGs that I'm cool with. And the OG that they were speaking about wasn't there. They wasn't at the scene. So the first thing that I said when they brought it up was, well, they're not here. So let's not do that. They're not here and stuff. And they kept on trying to get like they point across, like in so many words, like trying to get their point across and let me know how they felt. But I'm like, I did say, well, you need to talk to them, but they're not here. So I'm not gonna listen to you do that, basically. So I agree. Excuse me. I agree. Let me see. Drew and Angela brought up Portia, and Angela and brought up Portia. Angela and Portia were trying to make K Michelle say that it was Shamea telling her things. I agree with that too. That Angela and the Shamea and Angela beef started when Angela called Shamea a lapdog when she was with Drew last season after Shamea's birthday party. Yep, that's what I said too. Beef started over nothing, in my opinion. Angela Liar needs to direct her energy towards Portia, but it's clear production or Angela is misdirecting the smoke towards Portia. I don't know. Yeah. I'm a member. Okay, so I see like two of y'all are saying y'all are members. So here's the thing. After this live, I'm going to my membership. I'm going to my membership after this. Because I think I'm about to end this in just a second. I'm gonna go into my membership in just a minute. So let me ask y'all, if I'm not a member, well, not yet. Love you, Scotty. I hate that. Can somebody gift a membership to the people? At this point, if it's not colorism, then it's jealousy. When are we going to the Discord? As a matter of fact, Too Feisty, you know what? That's a good idea. Instead of going to my membership, maybe I could go to Discord tonight and just talk. Because I've been saying I wanted to go to Discord and talk, especially about the scene ATL. I want to go in there and talk. So how about we do that after this is over? As a matter of fact, who's in the Discord? Who's in the Discord? I know Feisty is. There's a couple of y'all in it. Portia walked out the room because she was in agreement with them and she didn't want us to see how low down and two-faced she is. Oh. Okay. Too Feisty just dropped the link for the Discord. She just dropped the link for it. So I need for y'all to go on, join that Discord so we can have like some conversations and stuff. Like I want to give you guys like real updates on the scene ATL, because it's a whole lot of stuff that I want to tell y'all, but I'm not gonna tell y'all on here. But the thing is, if I tell y'all, y'all can't tell nobody else. It got to stay with the game. because it's some shit I got to tell y'all. Do I have to pay for Discord? No, you don't have to pay for Discord. You don't. Discord is free, so you don't have to pay for it at all. Just download the link and join. Yes, Lexi Lean. It however you pronounce that. Yes, it's another it is definitely another app, but it's worth it, and I have to utilize it more because the people have been cussing me out for the longest time about not going in there like that. And I have my notifications off for Discord. So a lot of times I be forgetting that it's in there. So you know, she said the people are joining the Discord. Let me go up in here and look. Oh, the shit, they are joining. What are you talking about? Will it be about RHOA? No, that won't be what I'm talking about in the Discord. It won't be about RHOA. But I'll be talking about the show that I'm on in there because I've been teasing shit and I just want to get the people excited about what we doing. But to be honest, I think that this is it for tonight because I did tell y'all that this was not going to be a long live. But it is very scarce right now in the blogosphere, and there aren't many shows to review. There aren't many shows to review because who turns off the notifications for their own Discord? Well, baby, I don't like a lot of damn notifications on my phone at all. I hate notifications. Most notifications are turned off on my phone except Instagram and my text messages, child. But that's just the basis of that. But y'all, I'm about to go ahead and go. If you want to, you can meet us in the Discord. We're about to have us a conversation in a Discord. Like we're gonna have us a voice conversation. I'm gonna need for Too Feisty to go ahead and set that up so everybody can join. But if you want to hear some tea about the scene ATL, go ahead and get in that Discord with us because we're gonna talk for a little bit. I'm not in the best of moods right now, so I'm not gonna be on there for too long because my energy is like down. But let's go over to Discord and have a conversation about the scene ATL. Hope you guys enjoyed the show for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, it's not a lot going on, so I'll just be doing videos and lives just to be doing them, like whether it's to talk about some retro RHOA stuff, love and hip hop. It don't matter what it is. We're gonna get into it, okay? With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will talk to you soon.